Hi all, I am Ajay. I am a Salesforce certified admin and I have multiple certifications as well. Back in 2014, I did a lot of blogs related to mistakes with common mistakes which admins and developers do, non-coding related. So that was a good hit. I was able to get like good number of views on those blogs, and I continued with a series of multiple such blogs coming up with like what mistakes which admin and developers do, which were non-coding related. So this time I have come up with a webinar in which I'll be discussing more about admin challenges, which I see having day-to-day sort of issues and impact of new Salesforce releases in this year and how to overcome them. So stay tuned and do watch our webinar.
Hello everyone, today I'm going to tell you one of our admin challenge. So one of our client came with an issue where he was having some issues with the records. So client is having two record type from the contact and having the relationship with the custom object, where for one relationship he is able to see the records and for other relationship is unable to see the records. So let me explain you with the help of diagram so you will better understand. So in the diagram you can see I have built like in the mentoring relationship, contact is having two relationship, master detail relationship and the lookup relationship. Master detail relationship is with young person contact record types, and the lookup relationship we are identifying with the mentors. Okay, so if uh, if the record type visibility we can talk, so records are visible on the young person contact record but on not on the mentor record of contacts. So here like mentoring relationship having two relationship, then easily like everyone will say like record will be visible to the contact for mentoring relationship. But here for mentoring relationship, for a young person we are able to see the record, but for the mentors contact we are unable to see the records of the mentors, which we are unable to identify for this young person. You are the young person of this mentor. So here the issue is like basically on the lightning record pages, and we have to differentiate with the help of lightning record pages. So we have provided the solution that you have to differentiate your lightning record pages. But here is like you client is saying I am my page layout is having the both the related list, then why I am unable to see the records. So we have like we have provide them solution like from the page layout you can see in the related list tab. But if you are like creating a new tab and whether you have put the related list and you want to see the record, then you have to like differentiate with the help of lightning record pages. Otherwise you will able to not able to see the records of both the on both the record types. So if I go to the org and show you example, if I open this one, and so I have a record with the contact mentors, and if I go to the mentor relationship, I'm able to see the relationship record. Okay, if I open both the records, so here you can see for the mentor of contact is Angela, the young contact is pushed, and if I go to the another record, same goes, Angela is the mentor and Eddie is the young contact. If I open this contact, I think I open that. Okay, so you can see in this the records are not showing. We are unable to identify that push mentor is Angela because we are unable to see the record. So if we want to see the records, we have to differentiate with the help of lightning record pages. From here, we are able to see one related list, but we have to like create a separate one for the young person contact record types. So what we are doing here, we are going to the objects, If you are talking about the page layout, so page layout is basically dependent upon the details. What are the things in the details? Okay, what are the things in the related list? You are the related list you have put there is come up here. Okay, and for the tabs, this is basically the lightning record page. So you have to like you can build the lightning record page upon your needs, and on the fields visibility where you want to put that field or this field, so you have to use page layout. But for differentiating on the tab, the lightning look and feel, you have to use the lightning record pages. There are difference between the page layouts and the lightning record pages. The simple one, the lightning record pages, is basically for lightning, where you can put the tabs, where you can put the related list, extra related list, the activity components you are putting. But on the page layouts, you are able to see the how you are going to display the fields, how you are creating the sections of the fields. So that is the separate part. If I go to the like I have go to the lightning record pages, you can see in the lightning, you can see. So here there is only one lightning record page which is visible to all the records. That's why all the records are able, like, whether it is a mentor record type or whether it's a young person, they are only seeing this one. If I go, like, I'm going to clone this one. So what you need to do, you need to create a new lightning record page for the young person contact record type. And in the, if I'll see you, can she, yeah, on the mentoring relationship, you can see the here the relatively single is mentoring relationship. If you can check, there is one more. So if I will select this one and if I save, then it will come like update all the contact record pages. And then in that scenario, you will not able to see on the mentors. Now you able to see on the young person, but not able to see on the mentoring relationship. So you have to save it. And for the activation, you have to differentiate between the record types. So if I go to the record types, if I, for now, I just use the sales app because I'm using the sales for now. Record type young person. So I have differentiate between the mentors and the, on the mentors, you can see that one, and for the young person you can see this one. Okay, so you can according to your need or profile apps, you can choose here. Click on save. Now if I go to back and if I refresh the another one records. Okay, so now I can see whether who is my mentor. So from here I can see the records. I can see who is my mentor relationship data. Okay, so this is like just a simple one, but it's like a simple one. People can face this challenge day by day, but yeah, Salesforce has lightning record pages for differentiating between the record type, between the, according to your look and feel, you can differentiate that. Okay, so thank you so much. Hope the solution will help you for future. Thank you.
Hello everyone. So I was facing one challenge when we sent an email in any language, the symbols and the special character were showing up in the emails. So there were some instances where the users was encountering symbol and special character in emails sent via Salesforce or on the form. So basically the task ahead for us to send an email in any language, French, German, Italian, Japanese, etc., to a specific user without changing the org language. So basically the condition is that we will not change the org language. We will just change the language of a specific user. So the requirement is that. So we have achieved it by using going to a by changing the language and time zone of a specific user. So I will show you, first I will show you the problem which I was faced, and after that I will show you the solution. So let me go to the Salesforce. So this is my contact. From this contact I will send an email. So first let me search some word in Chinese. let me give some space between. Okay, let me copy this. So this is in Chinese language. Let me go to email and compose a new email from here. Let me paste it on subject also and on the body also. Let me click on send. Okay, so now the email has been sent. Let me go here and here. So here you can see that I received an email in symbol form, not in a Chinese form, Chinese language. So it is showing me question mark, question mark. So for that, we will go in our Salesforce and change the setting. But the here is one condition that we don't want to change it for all user. We only want to change the language for a specific user, not for all. So for that, we will go here, click on setting, and in my personal information, we will go on language and time zone. From here, we will just select Unicode TF8 and click on save. After that, I will again go on my account contact and select email from here. Let me remove this and copy this and again send an email. So email has been sent. Let me delete this one. So here I received one mail and this time it is in Chinese language. Here you can see that. So without changing the org language, we can change it for a specific user. So we have resolved our problem by just going on a personal information and changing the language. So that's all.
Hi everyone. In this video, I am going to explain the challenge I faced in Salesforce during one of my projects. The event, the challenge which I was facing was that double events were being synced into Salesforce when Outlook as well as Einstein Activity Capture was enabled. So, for example, when an event has been booked via Calendly, duplicate events were getting created in Salesforce that are randomly shared with some users in Salesforce. As part of the solution, what I had provided was that we should not enable both Einstein activity capture as well as Lightning Sync because, as per Salesforce and the standard best practices, only one of the below can be turned on at a time for events to be synced properly. That is either Einstein activity capture or lightning sync. If both are switched on, just like I explained, we can face some discrepancy and duplicates within the org. So now I'm going to show you how I basically removed this error. So as you can see here in this particular contact, I have two events, right? One is the original event which was created, and along with that, an event got created which was basically not shared with each user, but only few. And this is actually very strange because some of the users did not really see, they could not see, and it wasn't really visible. There was just one event visible, which is the first one. So now let's create a new event in this org and then check whether the same problem is occurring or not. Alright, so here I am in the org. Now let's create a new event. Now typically this event should not duplicate. Okay, now let's check in our activities. Yes, now here as you can see we just have one event, and that is because if I go to the settings of this org, you can see it's written that turn off configurable Einstein activity capture before you can enable. So as a part of best practices, we should never switch this toggle on. Let's see in the settings as well. Okay, here you can see that we have all the insights. Thank you.
The client wanted to show different type of events on the Salesforce calendar based on a status of a custom object. Also, he wanted flexibility for the user to show hide other users' event on their calendar. The client wanted a way to categorize event every event type of event on the calendar. I will show you the solution in my demo and will take lead rating field as an example. Once the lead gets created, an event in Salesforce will also get generated, and the event is fully based on lead rating field. Since lead rating field have three picklist values: hot, cold and warm. So we need to create three list views in lead object. I have already created three picklist values: cold lead, hot lead and warm lead. After that, we need to add these list views in Salesforce calendar. So click on calendar tab. I have already created this hot lead calendar. Now I will show you how to create other calendar. Click on this gear icon and click on new calendar. Select object, lead, click on next. Click on the field for start. Here I am selecting created date. This is not mandatory fill for end. Here you need to select the second thing, means list views. As an example, I am selecting here cold lead. Select the field name which you want to show in the calendar. Last name. Provide a name to your calendar. Cold lead. Click on save. Now you can also change the color of your calendar. How do you do this? Click on this drop down. Select any other calendar. Yeah. Now I will show you how this calendar is working. Create a new lead. Provide a name just like this. Hmm, this one. Select a rating. Click on save. Now a, an event is also generated in the calendar. Yeah. Here you can see your event. Click on it. This one. As we have created two calendars, cold lead and hot lead. Now the third one is warm lead. Again click on the gear icon and select new calendar. After that, select your object. Click on next. Provide your calendar a name, warm lead. Select the field to start. Select your list views. Field name. I'm selecting last name here. Click on save. Now you can change the color again. This one. In this way we can categorize our event type here. That's all. Thank you.
Let us now talk about how new Salesforce releases impact in your Salesforce org. To be told, it is extremely rare that we would be required to take any kind of action based on a release. This is simply because the out of the box Salesforce platform is designed with backward compatibility in mind. For a majority of part, things are not made to be broken unless bugs get accidentally introduced. These are the challenges that could not be predicted. The Salesforce team make it a point to fix them all at earliest, so there is absolutely nothing to be worried about. It is highly recommended that we, as the users, give a complete look at the critical update section of the release notes to find out what action is required to be taken on the basis of a release. So we have to be well prepared for that. So we have to check critical updates every time. What changes we need to do in our classes, what we need to over in our permission set, anything which is mentioned in the critical updates. Salesforce give you a brief description there. You have to read that and implement that in your Salesforce org, so you can you will rid of the issues we'll be facing in the future. So this is the best approach for identifying the issue. And one of the best ways to investigate the impact of a new release is by using a preview sandbox. A specific sandbox on certain services are updated a few weeks ago before updating it to the production. So Salesforce update our sales new release in the sandbox first, so you can if there is any issue, so you can identify that very quickly and fix that before deploying anything into the production. So yeah, so that is the very good thing about the new release. They will affect on the sandbox first. After that, you will if you will activate that critical update before after the fixes, you will not able to face any issues. If you are not doing that, Salesforce automatically update your critical updates, and if you are not aware of that, so you will face many issues in your production environment. So they can be used to conduct a regular regression testing that you would do when you will release a new functionality to production. This is a streamlined process, should ideally be a part of your pre-release activities of every new release. So you can do testing there. We would personally recommend you to follow a comprehensive approach wherever a new release gets announced. So ideally, the major functionalities in your area in your application, especially but on with heavy customization, you have to look on there, create a regression suite, identifying major test scenarios around those areas, review the release notes for any major changes that may impact in your Salesforce or any customization work you have done. Sign up for a preview instance. You have to sign up so you can get a notification from Salesforce that we are going to release a new release and what changes will be affected in your Salesforce environment. So, and you have to validate the major areas by running the regression to identify the potential issues. Follow up with Salesforce for any potential bug fixes if required. They are always here to help you. And how to overcome them. So you have to do testing in the sandbox. Many things you can preview instances. Most work you have done, customization, validation, follow up, everything you will do, and you will get rid of your issues, and it will not affect on your business. Okay. Now, if we can talk about cloud technology, what we are doing, we are a Salesforce Silver Consulting Partner. So this is the world's preferred Salesforce development company that specializes in services including but not limited to Salesforce implementation, Salesforce customization, Salesforce consulting, Salesforce administration, field service writing, app exchange, app development, and data migration. We have a high experience and we have a highly certified people in our company. Which is having a broad experience on Salesforce platform. We are a five rated app exchange company. We have successfully delivered around 200 plus projects through a dedicated team, and with more than 100 plus CRM experts we are having. Cloud Technology was rated one of the worldwide leaders of the IT service industry in 2019 Global Leaders Award by Clutch, the leading global business to business ratings and reviews firm. So we are the good place to, if you are having any issues with the Salesforce, we are here. We will resolve that. We have a passionate people, so yeah, we will. If you have any issues, we will come up here. At you just email with the info@cloudanology.com, and you will get you will call, or you can Skype there as well. So okay, thank you everyone. Thank you.